everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and this is week 10 of our 12 weeks of Christmas 2022. We have 2 weeks left. So, let's jump right into what I've done with this week. Week 10 is a card week. If you're new to this, I've been taking a 6x6 sketch for one sheet wonders, which means you cut one sheet of 6x6 paper into a variety of combinations, and you use those pieces to make cards. Next week, you'll see me do this with the same pattern with junk journal elements. So I do cards one week and junk journal elements the next week. This pattern is by Patricia Dominicci. She is jumpingintostamping.com. She's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And this is her design. And so you can get a larger shot of this. I'm going to open this up. And there you go. We have a 3x3, a 3x2, 3 1x1s, 2 4x1s, 2 4x1/2, a 2x2, and a 2x1. Remember, you cut your longest dimension first, so you cut your first continuous line here. Then you would come back and cut this continuous line, then this continuous line, this continuous line, cut this one across, cut this one, and you'll have all of your pieces. Now, I kind of messed up to start with, I'll warn you. What I did, I'm going to leave that there for just a minute so you can take a screenshot of it. I started with a sheet of paper that I absolutely loved and was matting it on black and then onto craft cardstock for my card base, but I realized that apparently I have used this already and I only had one sheet to work with, which means I couldn't use this same sheet for the journal elements next week. So I switched gears and I went with this one. It has the holly on the back, which I did not use, and I went with this black, or with this red. This is real red, and I added Very Vanilla to it. I started with this one, I think is, let me shine my paper out of the way. Yes, that is Tranquil Tide Background. I've used, and this is where it gets fun. You can start with the base pieces and then you can add whatever you want. So with this one, I had this. This was the 3x2 that I had. So I matted it on Very Vanilla, and then I had one of the 4x1/2 inch that I matted on Very Vanilla and put them on the Tranquil Tide background. This Santa is from Hobby Lobby's Christmas Paper Crafts. Remember, their Christmas crafting is 60% off right now, and they're really starting to get slim picking. So if you've not been to Hobby Lobby to get your Christmas crafting, if not for this year, you'll have them for next year. Now's the time to go grab them. And there are 20 of these in here. And it also coordinates with one of their paper pads, one of their 8.5 by 11 paper pads. So this went really easy together. I laid this down flat, and then I laid this mat up on dimensionals. So there's one card. Here's another one with the Tranquil Tide base. Duh. These are also from Hobby Lobby in a multi-pack. I think there were like 15 in there of this one. Added my Dollar Tree lace that I've been using on all of the cards, on a lot of the card bases. And instead of leaving the 2x2 on a square, I flipped it around onto a diamond, which means you don't have to leave them the way they are. Remember that. You can play with your pieces however you want. This one used the 3 1-inch squares, matted them on the Very Vanilla, run the lace underneath, stamped Holly Jolly on another piece that was a little smaller than the 2x1. And because this is the 2x1 piece here. And then I added some extras that I had from, I believe that also was, yeah, that was also from Hobby Lobby Christmas Crafts. It was from the, not the Hot Cocoa Puffy stickers, but it was from these. But I did use the Hot Cocoa Puffy stickers. You'll see those in a minute. So I had this one. So there's card 3. Now technically you could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different cards on here. But these really work best split together. So when you pair them up, you'll see I got quite a few cards out of this. So our next card, this one used the 3x2, and I used one of the Hot Cocoa puffy stickers from Hobby Lobby, mounted my 3x2 square on the Very Vanilla, and then onto the Christmas Red. This is one of the 4x1/2 inch strips, mounted on the Very Vanilla, and I just added 3 pieces of bling. And then I added bling to the marshmallows. This one was the first card that I did, and this used a stamp set that I've been playing with from one of the paper pumpkins. I stamped Santa Claus and colored him in with, I'm sorry, it's tired, guys. Colored him in with our Stampin' Blends in Real Red, one of our skin tones, a light blue, and then I went back and I used Stampin' Up! Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. You put it on, and then when you go back with a heat gun, or a hairdryer even will work with this. It does not have to be an embossing gun, just as long as you're applying heat to it. It will dry the paint and make it puff up and give it texture. I did not do that to his mustache because I didn't want them to blend in. And then I added, this is one of the 4x1 strips, and I just double layered it. And on the strip that I put on top, I added the 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly from the stamp set. And I think that's it. I think that's all I did. Woohoo! Let's see what we've got here and see if I came out right. Because I did not see the one with the, I'm missing a card. Oh, there it is. I did use it. So I wound up with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 cards out of that. But remember, I used 3 of the pieces here. I used 2 of the pieces on this one, 2 of the pieces on this one, 2 of the pieces on this one, and 2 of the pieces on this one. So that brought everything together. Actually, this one, I don't think. Yeah, was that the 3x3? Yeah, that was the 3x3. This is one that I added. I cut this from another piece. Just use this one for that. So those are our cards for this week. I will be back next week with this same pattern, but we're going to turn everything into junk journal elements. And then on week 12, we will do a flip through of all the cards that we've made in these 11 weeks, and we will have finished the junk journal with all the embellishments inside. I will be back tomorrow with at least part 3 of my Spectrum Art Creations haul. I'm going to try and get it all into one video, but I may not. If not, there will be a part 4. I am leaving for a writer's retreat on Tuesday, and I will be gone for 4 days so that I can go hide and work on my book without distractions. And I'm also trying to get the house ready for Christmas because Bob leaves on the 20th, which means we are celebrating Christmas on the 17th, and we still don't have a tree up. So I'm going to be busting here today and tomorrow to get those things done. I am still going to work on the Spectrum Christmas craft list. I have done 1 item. I'm going to try and do a 2nd item tomorrow and another item on Monday, but I will not have those up until later in the week. Most of these are not going to be done until after Bob leaves on the 20th, because since I'm gone most of this coming week, I want to spend as much of my last week with him as I can. So, as much as I would like to have done a video every day for these, even if they were just quick show and tell shorts, it's not going to happen. Bob comes first. So, on after the 20th, if not on the 20th, then definitely on the 21st, we're going to start running through these. And if I do 2 a day, I will have all of them done by December 31st. So, come along for the ride. In the meantime, remember, like, share, and subscribe, and creative blessings.